All right, so for those of you guys that weren't able to join us for our live stream, I thought I'd take a little second to kind of give you the rundown of what we did. If you want to take part in this at some point of your own, what you're going to need is a cup full of water, preferably, and then two straws would be nice, okay? If the straws are really, really long that they stick way up over the top of the cup, then you definitely want to cut that down so it's a little bit shorter. The lesson today is about air pressure. So when we talk about air pressure, imagine the excessive bombardment of all these air molecules around you hitting on you and bouncing off of you. And the more of them they are, the more tightly packed they are, the more you get hit by those air molecules. Also, the denser those things are, the more you're getting hit. And so we talk about air pressure as being something that's really strong when you're down close to the surface of the earth, and then that thins out and gets less and less as you go higher and higher in the atmosphere. And we can't really feel naturally the effects of air pressure because oftentimes, well, not oftentimes, but our body tends to, on its own, counteract that by pushing outwards. And because there's a stability of you pushing me and me pushing you, we don't feel like we're getting kind of pushed around by that stuff. Um, but there's some great effects of air pressure. One of the great things that air pressure allows us to do is it allows us to create lift. And so airplanes fly because the wings are shaped in such a way that the air traveling over the top of the wings actually spreads out and produces a little pocket of low pressure above the wing and high pressure below the wing. And so if I imagine a bunch of atoms from below hitting my wing, all right, if I have lots of them hitting my wing below and only a few hitting my wing down, then if I were to draw a free body diagram of that, we'd have a net force in the upward direction. And that upward force is actually what produces lift and why these planes fly. Now, in order to make that happen, you need the jet engines to make the plane go forward. But as the plane goes forward, the shape of the wings, that curved shape, produces that lift force. And a great example you can do with actually a straw. And what you can do is if you take the straw that's not in your cup, and if you put it right up against the edge of the other straw, so not where it's like not up on the top, not where it's way above, but kind of right half and half above the edge. And if you blow on that really hard, you're doing essentially the same thing. You're taking the air molecules up here above the straw and you're spreading them out, producing a low density area. And then the higher density area on the surface of the cup actually pushes the water up the straw and out. And so by blowing across the top of the straw, you can create a mist. So I'm going to do that for you guys and you'll see. So here we go. You see that? I kind of got my phone a little wet there. So just to show you guys, this is authentic stuff, no crazy film tricks. So again, I'm just blowing really hard horizontally across the top of my straw, and that's pulling the water up the straw and out, and it's releasing in a mist. Just like that. And so this is a great thing to do if you're like went out to eat with family and friends and you want to show them a cool table trick while you're waiting for your food. I wouldn't do it if you got like Diet Coke or something like that. I would definitely reserve it for water because it does kind of make a mess. But definitely a great way to impress a first date or impress a family member, show them some cool physics. And if you want to be really, really smart about it, you could look up some information on what's called Bernoulli's principle and explain how Bernoulli's principle applies to this phenomenon as well as applies to other phenomenon like lift and wings and things like that. So that is it for today's little physics lesson. It was great seeing you guys that were able to get on and do this live with me. Thanks for bearing with my daughter and my wife trying to distract me the whole time. They're the worst, but I'll forgive them. Hope you guys have a great rest of your, gosh, what day is it? Is it Thursday or Friday? Thursday, and maybe we'll do some more fun videos tomorrow. Have a great one. Bye-bye.